2024 was a pretty solid year for gaming, but with 2025 just around the corner, I can't help but get excited about what's in store for the upcoming year. As always, a new year means looking ahead to some incredible releases, and let me tell you, the first 4 months of 2025 are absolutely packed. There's no way anyone could hope to play all of these games, but hey, God loves a trier. In today's video, I'll be sharing my 20 most anticipated games of 2025. Kicking off this list, on January the 7th, we have Ys Memoir The Openfeldganger, a HD remaster of the action RPG classic. In this game, you step into the shoes of Adol, hacking and slashing your way through enemies with the backdrop of some seriously head-banging synth rock. While I haven't played any Ys games before, Nihon Falcom has earned my trust with the Legend of Heroes Trail series, which I absolutely love. This remaster revisits the 2005 PS2 release, which itself was a remake of the 1990 E3 Wanderers from Ys. With its straightforward premise and the fast-paced gameplay the series is known for, I can't wait to dive into it when it drops on PS4, PS5 and Nintendo Switch. Coming out just 2 days later, on January the 9th, we have Freedom Wars Remastered, an updated version of the 2014 cult classic on PS Vita. Set in a dystopian future, you play as a sinner, sentenced to 1,000,000 years of imprisonment simply for existing. To reduce your sentence, you'll undertake intense missions featuring fast-paced combat, battling massive demonic creatures in a style reminiscent of Monster Hunter. This remaster offers enhanced visuals, smoother 60 FPS gameplay and new difficulty settings. I'm thrilled to see this action-packed RPG finally break free from the shackles of the PS Vita when it launches on PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch and PC. Continuing with remasters, January the 17th brings us Tales of Grace's F Remastered, another action RPG from the beloved Tales series. Out of all the games on this list, this is one I might hold off on until reviews come in, especially after Bandai Namco's disappointing Tales of Symphonia remaster, which somehow ended up being worse than the 2004 GameCube release. In Tales of Grace's F, you'll explore Athenia, a land embroiled in a conflict between 3 kingdoms fighting for dominance of the planet. This remaster is part of Bandai's broader initiative to revisit the Tales series, with a dedicated remaster team announced during the franchise's 30th anniversary. You can experience the Tales of Grace's F adventure on all modern platforms. Releasing on the same day, Dynasty Warriors Origins is the latest mainline entry in the iconic Musou-style franchise. Set during the early years of the Three Kingdoms era, the game introduces a nameless hero, offering a fresh perspective on the historical conflicts. Players can look forward to the series' signature large-scale battles, with this entry aiming to display up to 10,000 soldiers on screen at once. This will be my first Dynasty Warriors game, and I'm super excited to dive into the action when it launches on PS5, Xbox Series X and S and PC. Flipping the calendar to February, the month kicks off with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, launching on February the 4th. Once again, we step into the shoes of Henry as he embarks on a journey of revenge, betrayal and discovery across 15th century Bohemia. I loved the first game's incredible attention to detail, realism and historical accuracy. In a world dominated by fantasy RPGs with dragons, elves and other mythical elements, it's so refreshing to have a series that remains grounded in reality. I can't wait to explore Bohemia once again when Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 launches on PS5, Xbox Series X and S and PC. Cupid brings us the next entry in the amazing Trail series, with The Legend of Hero Trails Through Daybreak 2 launching on Valentine's Day, or for all the single folks out there, February the 14th. This game continues the Calvary Republic arc following Van Arkwright as he investigates a massacre of a CID Special Forces unit. While I haven't delved too deeply into this one, I'm still on Trials of Cold Steel 2 and have 5 games to go before I get here. Everything I've seen about its innovations in turn-based combat and the updated graphics engine has me really excited to eventually experience this game. Trails Through Daybreak 2 will be released on PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch and PC. Next up, we have Lost Records Bloom and Rage, arriving from Don't Nod, the creators of Life is Strange, with Tape 1 releasing on February the 18th and Tape 2 following on March 18th. Lost Records is a narrative-driven choice-based experience where you'll explore dual timelines set in 1995 and 2022 to uncover the truth behind a fateful summer in 1995. After recently playing Life is Strange Double Exposure and feeling massively let down by its conclusion and the direction Deck 9 is taken with the series, I'm super excited to return to a game from the original creators of Life is Strange. I'm looking forward to seeing if Lost Records recaptures that original Life is Strange magic when it launches on PS5, Xbox Series X and S and PC. Sailing into February 20th, we have Like a Dragon, pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, where you'll play as Guru Majima, a notorious ex-Yakuza who wakes up shipwrecked on a remote Hawaiian island with no memory of who he is. With amnesia, Majima sets sail as a pirate with his own crew because, why not, in search of clues to his lost memories. This game looks absolutely hilarious, and since it's a spin-off, I'm hoping to jump in without needing prior knowledge of the Yakuza series. With naval combat and that classic over-the-top Yakuza real-time combat system, like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, promises to be a lot of fun when it launches on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Leaving February behind and moving into March, we'll finally see the release of the Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster Collection. I can't wait to dive into these absolute classics, especially with Suikoden 2 widely regarded as one of the greatest JRPGs ever released. This remaster comes with several quality of life improvements, including the ability to speed up battles, re-recorded music, and sleeker UI menus, all coated in a stunning HD pixel art style reminiscent of Square Enix's HD 2D graphics engine, using many of their own JRPG remasters. With the original PS1 copies costing over £200, I'm looking forward to recruiting over 100 characters from my party in this remaster collection when it finally launches at the start of March on all modern platforms. Moving to the end of the month, we have Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, a remaster of the 2015 Wii U exclusive that completes a set of Xenoblade games now available on the Nintendo Switch. I've always been intrigued by Xenoblade Chronicles X due to its massive open world and mech combat, but never got around to playing it because it was trapped on the Wii U. Now, with its release on March 20th, we'll all be able to experience the amazing Space Saga Xenoblade series on the Nintendo Switch. Coming a day later, on March 21st, is Atelier Yumiya, The Alchemist of Memories and the Envisioned Land. This is probably the game I'll pick up over Xenoblade, as it looks absolutely incredible. I've always wanted to dive into the Atelier series, but it often felt a bit too light-hearted and niche for my own taste, with a lot of emphasis on fan service. While that doesn't particularly bother me too much, this new entry seems to bring a more mature and gritty tone. The character design of the main protag, Yumiya, reminds me a lot of Velvet from Tales of Berseria, with her flowing black hair, and I'm all for it. You can explore Atelier Yumiya's deep alchemy crafting system when it launches on all modern platforms at the end of March. Now, onto the final game on this list with a concrete release date for 2025. We have 100 Line Defense Academy, launching on April 24th. This visual novel tactical RPG hybrid, brought to us by the masterminds behind Danganronpa, puts us in the shoes of Takumi Sumino, as he and 14 other high school students are enrolled in the Special Defense Unit, tasked with protecting their school from monster attacks over the next 100 days. As soon as I saw that it was from the makers of Danganronpa, I was sold. Danganronpa is one of my favourite visual novel games, and I can't wait to experience what their next project brings when it releases on Nintendo Switch and PC. Moving on to the games with an unknown release date for 2025. First up is Judas, a first-person shooter from Ken Levine, the mastermind behind Bioshock. This will be Ken's first game since Bioshock Infinite in 2013, which is one of my top 10 favourite games of all time. When I first saw the trailer for Judas, I immediately thought it was a next entry in the Bioshock series, given the first-person shooting mechanics and figure-like powers that strongly resemble those from Bioshock. Add to that a dystopian society and a mind-bending story, I'm absolutely hyped for this game. Hopefully we can all dive into it soon on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Announced at this year's Xbox Game Showcase, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a turn-based adventure set in 19th century France. Players are tasked with stopping a mysterious figure known as the Paintress, whose godlike powers can kill anyone she targets simply by drawing them in the sky. The turn-based combat emphasises time button presses to deal extra damage to enemies, a mechanic I really enjoyed in Lost Odyssey, another one of my favourites. Running on Unreal Engine 5, the game's art direction looks absolutely stunning. If it delivers on everything shown in the trailers, we could have something quite special on our hands. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 will be available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC sometime in 2025. Another game showcase at this year's Xbox Game Showcase is Fable, developed by Playground Games. I have fond memories of playing Fable 2 and 3 on my Xbox 360, and while they're fairly typical RPGs with good and bad guy paths, I've always enjoyed the humour, charm, and simple yet satisfying action combat that these games are known for. The ability to shape your character's destiny, whether through good deeds or evil choices, was always a big draw for me. Now with Fable being brought to life by Playground Games, I'm really curious to see how they'll handle the open world RPG formula. Known for their work on the Forza racing series, this marks a big shift in their approach, and it'll be interesting to see how their expertise in creating detailed, expansive environments translates into an RPG setting. I'm excited to see how this game evolves and what new features it brings to the Fable series when it releases for Xbox Series X, S, and PC. Next up, a surprise announcement from this year's Game Awards was Mafia: The Old Country, the fourth installment in the Mafia series. This time, we step into the shoes of Enzo Ferrara as he embarks on a journey to uncover the origins of the Mafia in Sicily. I've always been a huge fan of the Mafia series, as Hangar 13 consistently delivers some of the most meticulously crafted settings and time periods in gaming. While I wasn't too fond of Mafia 3 due to its repetitive gameplay loop, I can't deny how impressive and how well the studio captured the atmosphere of 1960s New Orleans, especially from the perspective of a coloured man living in America during that time period. With Mafia: The Old Country, I'm hopeful that Hangar 13 will bring the same level of detail to mobster era Italy while improving on the gameplay loop. I'm looking forward to diving into this historical journey when it releases in mid-2025 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Back to JRPGs, we have the Luna Remastered Collection, which bundles Luna Silver Star and Luna 2 Eternal Blue, both with enhanced graphics, improved audio and quality of life updates. Much like Suikoden, these games need no introduction, they're absolute classics in the JRPG world. This remastered collection will finally give me the chance to experience these timeless titles, especially since we never received a physical PS1 release here in the PAL region. All of my fellow JRPG enthusiasts can dive into these beloved classics when they release for all modern platforms during spring 2025. On to the final JRPG on my list, and definitely my most anticipated, we have Trails in the Sky First Chapter, a remake of the original game in the Trails series, which was first released in 2004. After years of rumours, we finally saw this game officially announced during a Nintendo Direct this year, and my god, it looks fantastic. I absolutely love the Trails of Sky trilogy, and have fond memories of playing Sky the First back in 2022. The charming music, well-developed characters, and incredible world building are unmatched. I can't wait for other players to get to experience one of the best JRPG series when it releases for PS5, Nintendo Switch and PC in fall 2025. The penultimate game on this list is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, a remake of the 2004 classic Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Chronologically the first entry in the Metal Gear series, this game sees us play as Naked Snake, sent deep into Cold War era Russia to rescue a Soviet scientist and prevent a nuclear crisis. I love stealth games, with Dishonored being my favourite, and we just don't see enough hardcore stealth games being released, so I'm super excited to see how Konami update the original survival mechanics and stealth gameplay with modern visuals. Look out for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC sometime in 2025. Last but certainly not least, we have Crimson Desert, which looks like one of the most innovative games on the horizon. Brought to us by the same minds behind Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert is a single-player, open-world action-adventure RPG that blends narrative-driven gameplay with dynamic sandbox elements. Set in the war-torn continent of Pywell, you play as Macduff, a mercenary burdened by his past as he navigates a brutal world filled with political intrigue, betrayal and survival. What sets this game apart is its seamless blend of cinematic storytelling with highly interactive environments and intense, visceral combat, with stunning visuals powered by next-gen technology and promises of freedom in exploration and gameplay. Crimson Desert is shaping up to be a groundbreaking experience when it releases for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC hopefully in 2025. 2025 is shaping up to be an incredible year for gaming, with a lineup filled with remakes, exciting new IPs, and long-awaited sequels. Whether you're into massive JRPG adventures, cinematic action games, or narrative-driven experiences, there's something here for everyone. I can't wait to dive into these titles and see what surprises the year has in store for me. But those are just my picks. Let me know in the comments down below which games you're most excited for in 2025. And like I always say, good luck on your game hunts and collecting adventures. Take it easy YouTube, and I'll catch you in the next one.